Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hi everyone, welcome to Entri. I, Deepmani Bhardwaj, would discuss the important weekly current affairs of August 2nd week. See, these current affairs are very important as they play a significant role in our mains exam, isn't it? So let's start with our first important headline. The first important headline is Veteran sports journalist G.K. Menon passes away. Veteran sports journalist G.K. Menon died in Mumbai at the age of 93. He worked with the Indian Express and the Times of India and ended his freelance career in early 1990s. He played cricket at the club level and was an active member of the Shivaji Park Gymkhana in Dadar, that is in central Mumbai. He was also the manager of 1950 to 1953 Bombay University team which won Rohinton Baria Trophy, which included the future test players like Chandu Patnakar, Nari, Kenny, Naren and G.R. Sundaram. Fine. So, examination can ask you in such a way that who was the person who died recently or who was the person who passed away recently who belonged to the sports journalist, and options can be, there would be 5 options and in that G.K. Menon would be the correct answer. So please note down that G.K. Menon passed away recently and he was a famous sports journalist. As he worked with the Indian Express and Times of India, he was also famous because he used to play cricket at the club level. Fine. So let's move on to the next headline. The next headline says that India will host ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2021. The ICC, that is International Cricket Council, has confirmed that ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2020 was postponed due to COVID-19 will be held in Australia 2022. The 2021 ICC Men's T20 World Cup is scheduled to be the 7th ICC Men's T20 World Cup tournament. It is scheduled to be played in October and November 2021 in India. See, it is very important because it can be asked in the exam. The World Cup which was going to happen is shifted towards the 2022, and talking about the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2021 which was going to be held in New Zealand has been postponed until Feb and March 2022 because of the impact of the pandemic has gone on cricket globally. Fine. Now, the format of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021 will remain as it was for 2020, and all teams that qualified for that event will now participate in India in 2021. So it is very good news for all the Indians that you can see World Cup in your own country, that is in 2021. Fine. A new qualification process will be run for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022. Now, the format of the postponed ICC Women's Cricket World Cup will remain as it was for 2021. 5 teams have already qualified for the event that will stand for 2022. So these were the important updates regarding our T20 World Cup. Coming on to the next headline. Now, this headline is very important as everyone is facing the pandemic situation where everyone wants to get free of this coronavirus, isn't it? So, a very good news for you all is that Russia becomes the first country to register COVID-19 vaccine. Russia has become the first nation to complete clinical trials of COVID-19 on humans. The first point is that now Russia has allowed clinical trials of 2 forms of a potential COVID-19 vaccine developed by the Gamaleya National Research Center for Epidemiology and Microbiology on June 18th. The first vaccine in the form of a solution for intramuscular administration was carried out at Military Hospital. The second vaccine in the form of a powder for the preparation of a solution for intramuscular administration was carried out at First Moscow State Medical University. The first stage of the research on the vaccine at Sheshinov University involved a group of 18 volunteers and the second group involved 20 volunteers. So these were the volunteers at different group. Fine. After vaccination, all volunteers were expected to remain in isolation in a hospital of 20 days. So for 20 days they were expected to remain in the isolation state. Earlier results of COVID-19 vaccine tests performed on a group of volunteers in Russia showed that they were developing immunity to the coronavirus. Now this is very important. Since they were developing immunity to the coronavirus, now Russia has already told that this vaccine is going to help you out. So it's a very good news for you all. Fine. Coming on to the next important headline. Next important headline is RBI announces positive pay feature to help avert check frauds. Now this is the very important news for you all because check frauds were increasing day by day, isn't it? So RBI Governor Shakti Kanta Das, now this name is very important, please note it down. Question can directly be asked that who is the RBI governor, so you must know about that. Has said that banking system will move to a positive pay practice in check transactions to curb frauds. Under this feature, a customer who issues the check clicks a picture of the check before handing it over to the beneficiary and uploads the same on the bank's mobile application. Now, how it will help? See, the customer who is issuing the check, he'll do what? He'll click a picture of the check before handing it to the beneficiary, and he'll also upload the same in the bank's mobile application. Now, this will give the surety that he is giving the correct check. Fine. So, what is all the values for they have assigned for? This positive pay will be for all the checks of values greater than or equal to 50,000. So they have made a limit that if you are doing a transaction of 50,000 or more than that, this process would have to be followed, and this process is known as positive pay feature. Fine. So with the help of this technique, any check where any sort of fraud has happened cannot be cleared at all, and hence a depositor's money can be protected. So this is going to give the protection to the customer. Now, another important question for you all, who is the new chairman of UPSC? Now this is the important point, so please note it down that Pradeep Kumar Joshi becomes the new chairman of UPSC. Professor Pradeep Kumar Joshi is appointed as the chairman of UPSC, that is Union Public Service Commission. This name is going to be very important as it can be asked in any of the exam now. He will succeed Arvind Saxena, who will complete his term as UPSC chairman on Friday, that is the coming Friday. Professor Joshi was the chairman of both Chhattisgarh and MP, that is Madhya Pradesh, Public Service Commissions and joined the UPSC as a member in May 2015. His tenure as the chairman of the UPSC will be till May 12th, 2021. The commission conducts the civil services examination annually in 3 stages, that is the prelims, mains and the interview, to select officers of Indian Administrative Services, that is IAS, Indian Police Services, that is IPS, and Indian Foreign Services, that is IFS. Fine. So these were the important headlines, and one more headline that is important for you is International Day of the World's Indigenous People is celebrated on 9th of August, and it was celebrated this year as well. So UN, that is United Nations International Day of World's Indigenous People is observed on 9th of August every year to promote and protect the rights of world's indigenous population. This event recognizes the achievements and contributions that indigenous people make to improve the world issues, that is, for example, like environmental protection. The UN's International Day of World's Indigenous People is a UN day of observance, but it is not a public holiday. People from different nations are encouraged to participate in observing the day to spread the UN's message on Indigenous people. Activities may include educational forums and classroom activities to gain an appreciation and a better understanding of Indigenous people. Now, a very important point from this topic is, what is the theme? The theme of International Day of the World's Indigenous People 2020 is COVID-19 and Indigenous Peoples Resilience. Now, these themes are asked in the exam, so it is important. Please note it down. Now, it's the time for important questions. So, let's start with the first important question. The first important question is, recently, Muhammad Irfan Ali has been elected as the president of which country? What? Recently, Muhammad Irfan Ali has been elected as the president of which country? And the correct answer is Guyana. Next question. Recently, who has won the Formula 1 British Grand Prix 2020 held at Silverstone Circuit, that is in UK? And this question I discussed in my last weekly currents, isn't it? So you must know its answer, and the correct answer is Lewis Hamilton. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, recently Kamal Rani Varun has passed away. She was the cabinet minister of which state? I recently discussed it, and it was discussed in the previous weekly current affairs lecture, and the correct answer for it is Uttar Pradesh. Now, recently the Department of Defense Ministry of Defense has signed a tripartite MOU, that is a memorandum, with the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances and which IIT? Now, which is the IIT? It is the IIT Kanpur. Who is the author of the book titled Vishesh Code to Win, which was published by the publishing house Blue Rose? And the correct answer is Nirupama Yadav. Let's move on to the next question. Recently, who was appointed by President Ramnath Kovind as the next Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir? And the correct answer is Manoj Sinha. So Manoj Sinha was appointed by the President Ramnath Kovind as the next Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. What is the name of former governor of Arunachal Pradesh who has passed away recently? See, I told you now, the famous people who pass away, their questions are very randomly or very frequently asked. So the correct answer for this is Ram Pradhan. So Ram Pradhan was the former governor of Arunachal Pradesh who passed away recently. Now, who has been appointed as the 14th CAG of India, that is Comptroller and Auditor General of India? And the correct answer is Girish Chandra Murmu. So please note this name, as this name is important, as Girish is the 14th CAG of India. Who is the author of book titled Raw, A History of India's Covert Operations? And the correct answer is Yatish Yadav. So Yatish Yadav is the author of the book titled Raw. Which edition of Hiroshima Day was observed on 6th of August 2020? Now, this question can be very important, so you must know it, that it was 75th edition. So 75th edition of Hiroshima Day was observed on 6th of August 2020. Recently, who has been appointed as the Chairman of UPSC? This question we have discussed today itself, and the correct answer for it is Pradeep Kumar Joshi. So Pradeep Kumar Joshi has been appointed as the Chairman of UPSC. The International Cricket Council has confirmed that ICC Men's T20 World Cup that was postponed due to COVID-19, it will be held in which country in 2022? And the correct answer is Australia. We have already discussed this point today itself, isn't it? So these all were the important current affairs. Please be updated, as current affairs play a very significant role, and apart from that, we must be updated for our daily life also. Now we are giving a live IPS RRB rank booster quiz on the daily basis at 10 a.m. where we are giving 15 questions and 15 minutes are allotted to you. So you can give this rank booster quiz from the link that is given in the description. So follow that link and please do like, comment and share as much as possible so that you can spread the important news with everyone, and we'll be waiting for you in the comment section so that we can help you out with all your doubts, and we want to give our best so that you get selected in the first attempt itself. So thanking you for watching this video. Thanks a lot.